Alrighty. Hi everybody, it's Quinn for the win, and this is the pineapple. And I forget which video this is, but I've decided to name it Uncut. And for anyone who's watching, this is going to be a series about relationships, starting with our relationship and starting from the beginning to where we are now. And we're going to discuss everything in between, just being raw and real. And the idea is to leave this uncut. We only know how to be ourselves, so yeah. How can we relate to others if we're not going to be relatable by being real? So feel free to leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. Okay, so here we go. So in our last video, we discussed how we met up for the first time. You know, and since we met up for the first time at the coffee shop, you were inviting me over to 58 Degrees. That was like your spot.
Yes, wine bar.
And how often were you there? You said you'd be there.
Monday through Saturday. Monday through Saturday. Sometimes 7 days a week. And the reason why I chose that space, 58 Degrees, if you want to know, is if you go to a bar, sometimes there's unruly people who can get super loud, and it is hard to hold discussions or chats with individuals, right? And then at certain bars, it attracts a certain crowd, and maybe that isn't the place where, you know, calmness or inviting vibes would be, because it can attract a certain crowd. But with any type of wine bar, you think of wine in general, it's more of a classy place.
It is.
It's more of a loungy area. The music isn't loud. You could actually sit and chat to people. So that is the reason why I always chose 58 Degrees, because not only was it a super cool, friendly, and safe environment that was not conducive to violence or any type of bad vibes, but I also knew the people there. And
you like champagne?
Yeah, man, champagne was a main component of my diet at the time. But see, this is the crazy thing. At the time when me and Quinn met each other, I had stopped drinking.
Yes, that's right.
So from the first day I stopped drinking, June 1st, actually it was May 30th of 2016, and I met her June 28th. The only reason I know June 28th is because I believe we seen a video a couple days ago.
Yes, I was trying to look for pictures from when we first met, which is on the other video that I added.
So imagine that,
yeah.
You know, going to a place where there's drinking involved and everyone drinks, and you're there 6 days a week, but you don't drink. You don't drink. So, and you're spoiling everybody with wine. So
yes,
it's kind of a why? And a big reason why is to hone my skills, hone my people skills, hone my question skills, to basically feel comfortable and not need anything to make me more sociable. So there were a few things that went into it.
Yeah, but that's what I started to experience with you. He was always treating people, and every single time when I had a discussion with him, you know, the questions that you ask, I didn't feel like they were like judgmental questions.
Yeah.
They weren't interview questions.
Yeah.
And I would say at that time, it's been a while since I really felt like someone was interested in who I was. Not interested in getting into the bedroom, but who I was, and
or what you were doing.
And at that time, I was moving on from a relationship, and I was establishing my own life, and I just really wanted to be around good people. So that's what I was feeling from you. Okay, besides that, maybe there's a little interest there. Yeah, a little spark.
She came
I was drawn.
Came into it wanting the pineapple.
Not right away. Okay. All I knew was I was interested. Interested in who you were, and the more that I learned about you, I just couldn't help but feel this. Like I just felt drawn. I just felt super drawn, because this is how you work consistently, not just to me, but to everyone else as well. Yeah.
So I see down here.
Yeah, and we would talk about like different questions. You inspired me to ask different questions to other people, other than what I was already doing, because I was so used to being the one to initiate conversations with people. Well, that's part of my personality too. But, so we connected a lot on that. But yeah, what would you say you started to learn about me, or some things that
about Quinn? She was
besides Barbie.
No, she was an asset. She was a valuable person, because for anyone who goes into a social situation, or it's nerve-wracking, and it could be very the environment can bring a line of anxiety to a person, because people don't know how to bridge the gap in being considerate of other people's space and not knowing how to engage. And she made it very, very, very easy for me to be able to engage other people. For example, I'll be there and I'll engage people regardless and get into conversations, ask really thoughtful questions, and getting to know other people. And she would come, and then that would just, how would I say it, open it up to other women, because now all of a sudden you're safe, right? Because when you have a woman who is on your team, women look at that
environment or dynamic
as they're safe, because they have one of us with them. One of us. See, if it was
it's not
just
like
me,
some creepy guy
exactly.
trying to talk to people.
Exactly. If it was just me, it would be like, oh, this guy's just like everybody else. He's gonna try to hit on me or whatever it may be. But this is what guys are thinking. Why the hell are you out anyways? And why are you out then?
Why are you treating people to drinks and stuff like that?
Exactly.
So it kind of takes all of the second thinking, or the safety.
Exactly.
The risk of safety away.
Women or guys, they don't even have to think about it. They're just like, oh man, this dude's super cool, because you have a super cool friend or companion. But I always made it up front. Oh, we're just friends. We're just friends.
And we were.
Yes, we were.
There wasn't anything going on.
We were.
Yeah. And I enjoyed my time with you so much, and it was so fulfilling, and it was so genuine. It was like my type of vibe. I started freaking inviting people.
Yeah, all the time.
I was inviting people from the Hive. I was just like, anyone that I met that I felt that they would enjoy that kind of hangout, instead of going out, getting hella drunk,
and then regretting
and
it.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and then not just the genuine connection time, and the questions that we would ask each other, and then discussing that question. It became like a whole club.
Yeah,
I feel like, and I got excited every single weekend to invite people over there, or even on a weekday to over there to experience what we were experiencing with each other, which was just like real genuine conversations.
Yeah, because think about it.
About real things too.
One of the obstacles of going out is the money, right? When you go out, you're thinking of 2 drinks. Okay, that's going to be $15, $25.
Yeah, it's expensive to go out.
And then you're thinking about, man, maybe I'll eat because you're drinking. So that's another $15. So you could probably spend $40, $50. Just imagine if you had a place where you can go and you didn't have to pay for anything, right? Wine was taken care of, food or refreshments or whatever it may be was taken care of, and you didn't have to really try to show off or be anything that you weren't, because all that was required of you was good vibes. You don't have to talk. You don't have to say anything. You just come and be yourself.
So the setting was set for someone to not worry about money. They could just come in, be themselves, and focus on connecting with one another.
Exactly.
All right.
And so that brings up one of the bullet points that she wanted to bring up is, what did you learn about the pineapple? What made him to you so genuine?
Let's see. From where you were coming from and how you asked the questions, how you got to know people, it felt like you cared. Like you gave a shit.
So what would be an example of a question that indicates to another person that, hey, you know what? They actually care. They're not just asking, oh, how's your day, just to ask.
Yes. One of the questions I feel like I stole from you was, if you think about your day,
think about your week.
Think about your week. Today is Friday. If you think about Monday to Friday, or just recently, Was there a moment that really stuck out to you?
Right? Or a highlight.
And so when you hear that, this person wants to hear what made your day. And when was the last time someone even asked a question about you, having you to reflect and share something really nice that happened to you?
Exactly. It's not often.
Right? And then they ask another question to dig in even a little deeper.
Right?
And they don't care about sharing themselves. It's more about, it's more being, this is what I'm called, having the space to be genuinely interested in people, and this is how you were all the time. So it really inspired me, like, wow, there are really cool fucking people out here. And so I just knew that we were supposed to be like connected. I was just, okay, this is gonna sound so, I was in awe of you.
No, I do remember that.
I really was in awe of you, and that's never gone away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's so sappy. So sappy. Just because, the more that I hung out with you, right? A lot of times people show up to their best behaviors. But you guys, we were friends for a while until we were intimate. But you were like this with everybody. The cashier, anyone who works at a place, if we're eating or something like that. The way that you were with me, it was just, I felt safe, and if anything was wrong, you would ask me. Like, you really paid attention to people, and this is why I would invite people to meet you and to join our little circle, because I just knew there wasn't a lot of safe places out there where you can just be and really feel seen. There wasn't a hidden agenda for you. You just want to provide the freaking good vibes.
Exactly.
And this is why people came back every single time. It was like we were forming a club. You've mentioned before, some people thought it was kind of culty, but hey, we were forming our own tribe.
T-Ribbies, our own tribe.
Yeah, our own tribe. And so yeah. So let's go into what was your thought process and emotions like through this? Because I couldn't help but feel so connected to you, and I always had that question, like, does he like me? Does he like me? But of course I kept that to myself. But I was curious, like, since the 58 degrees and stuff, and our experience forming this community, this little 58 degrees community, love circle.
So I enjoyed it so much. From what was it, mid-end July to
which is when we first met too.
The end of December of 2016. I loved the dynamic and how many people had come through, how many people shared stories and good vibes and accomplishments, wins. I didn't want that to end, due to the simple fact that we became a romantic couple. Because think about it, when people look at couples, or they know that people are together, they're like, oh, I don't want to be the third wheel. Oh, I don't want to mess up their date night out. You see, so I didn't want to lose that, and thought to myself, you know what, put them in the friend zone.
That's why this video is called Friend Zone.
Exactly. It's not often that men put women in the friend zone, especially when they're attractive. But in this instance, I didn't really care. She was really attractive. I knew that if anything had happened between us, it would be, how would I say it, physical, and it would be fun. It would be really great, because we all love those feelings, the wetness, the dampness.
Oh my god. Okay.
Associated.
Okay,
with
let's
all
just call it the spicy,
yes,
sweet
yes.
stuff. Okay.
The sweet and salty.
You don't have to go into detail.
Sweet and salty.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay.
But it was just better to keep it friends so it can maintain the culture. Because once the dynamic changes, everything in the culture could inevitably change.
Yeah.
So, did I have feelings for her? Yeah. There were feelings, but I knew it was more lusty. Right? It was more lusty. Emotional connection and whatnot, I was blocking it out. I didn't want it to connect.
Yeah. So here goes into the dynamic, right? Because here I am also loving the friendship and everything that we were like starting to build naturally with just, the vibes. And it started to feel like I was holding a secret because it was so it was so loud right here.
Because women are really great at holding secrets.
You know, and I can't remember if it was within that same year, but I had a conversation with myself, and I was like, "Fuck! Why can't I stop thinking about him?" You know, when you're doing things, and all of a sudden they just like show up in your head. And so that's gonna go into the next video about my challenges on how to deal with my feelings, because I couldn't. It was like poking at me. It was poking at me, and every single time when we hung out, I felt romantic feelings, and he made me open again about entertaining the idea of like the ideal partnership that I would imagine for myself. You know, so I was kind of in like the denial thing too, and because I told myself, okay, I'm just stay single. Like you told yourself, Quinn, you know, after 2 long-term relationships, let's just really do this. Let's just really do this. And so when you came through, it challenged me, but it also at the same time opened up this thing that I was also being anti-relationship, because I was just so stressed. I was done. I was so done. You know, I was tired. I was really tired. A lot of too many heartbreaks and stuff.
Yeah, she wanted to jump in the deep end.
Okay, no. I just want to dip my toes, okay, and just at least have a conversation. But we're gonna get into the next video where I attempted to say something, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Sounds good.
And then it'll go deeper in the friend zone.
Sounds good. Yeah. Because
all right, you guys.
The friend zone kept getting deeper.
Oh my God! And
the wall kept getting thicker.
Oh, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? It's not flowing at all." Anyways, that is the next video, you guys. So please share your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear it. Subscribe if you would like to see the next video and get all the notifications and all the good stuff. And we'll see you next time. All right?
Because that would be the question for the next time. How do you get out of the friend zone? How do you
That's a good one.
Because she actually got out.
Down.
She actually got out. Maybe.
Okay, it was a long process, you guys. How to get out of the friend zone. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you guys in the next one.
Sounds good.
Bye.